Are we live on both YouTubes? Are we live on both YouTubes? Are we live on both YouTubes? Fight the song. Fight the song. Hey, what's up, Draconian? What's up, dude? Welcome in, man. Draconian. What's up, dude? Welcome in, man. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. I'm on my body count. I'm on my body count. We're waiting for people to join. We're waiting for people to join. We're gonna start streaming in a couple of seconds, chat. I'm letting everyone come in before we start. If anyone's interested and you want to see the chat that I'm reading at the moment, if you're watching horizontal, it's on this side. If you're watching horizontal, it's on this. If you want to hear the music that I'm listening to that's making me headbang, you got to come over on Kickside. But we're going to start up the game. We're going to make sure everything is set up through Wavelength properly, and then we should be good to ultimately go. This game was recommended to us by a friend of ours named Not Really Butters. So we're going to start our usual intro. And we're going to start our usual intro. And then for long form purposes. And then yeah, we'll start the gameplay. So for those who don't know, today we're going to be playing Mouthwashing, a horror game. The description on Steam says, the 5 crew members of the Tuplar are stranded in the empty reaches of space, shrouded in perpetual sunset. God is not watching. I like the sound of that. This game sounds like it could be fun. Hopefully that it is. This is one of the 3 new games that we bought over on Steam. So hopefully it proves worth playing. And hopefully you enjoy. I always say, if you're interested, stay tuned to the stream. Be ready to chat in the chat. If you want to talk about the game once we complete it. So thank you everybody for hanging out. We're going to start this up. Situate this over on Wavelink, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so that froze. Splendid, splendid. I'm just looking at something. Okay. We're going to try without the horizontal chat at the bottom. But you let me know in chat if you think it should stay. Welcome in, K-Switch. How you doing, dude? Why does it, like, freeze up? Yeah, we're... Apply. Is it supposed to be borderless or windowed? So that when I Alt-Tab, it doesn't freeze up. Rough day. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Really, yeah. Zero days before the crash, an orbital body has been detected 21 AU ahead of the vessel. Please make a manual correction 1.4 degrees leftwards to avoid impact with unknown mass. Oh, we got this. It said left, right? It's locked. Alright. We're just gonna steer right into it. Because we don't got a left option. Extreme warning. Direct collision course with the orbital body 1.9 AU away. Engaging autopilot to recorrect vessel. Advise crew to take up emergency positions. 4,000 credits docked from crew. Pay package for failure of navigational staff. Oh, okay. So could I have just... I don't know. I can't let anyone in. Because that's how bad we messed up. There's nothing else to be done. An emergency generator. There we go. Give me that emergency key. Captain only emergency cockpit console override key. Use emergency key. Just get her done. Disengage autopilot. Oh, we're just straight up like sabotaging the crew. Crash imminent. Poll says don't be daft. I can't even read that. Proper preparation prevents accidents. It's your responsibility to keep yourself and the crew safe. We totally didn't do that. The game's like, hey, you gotta move left. The only other option we have was to go right into the asteroid. And then we had an autopilot coming to correct it, and we disengaged it. Probe says rise and shine. One to hand. Wait, why can't I... There we go. Oh, shit. Oh. You move? Move, dude. Oh, I'm hearing people just like straight up die. What the hell? Yo, I'm trying to escape too, man. What's up, Nick Fetty? How you doing, dude? Oh, why are they locking me? Bro! Oh! Welcome in, Nick. 2 months after the crash. They don't look happy with me. Jimmy says anyone else would do the same thing. Swansea, we ain't touching the damn cargo. The hold is locked down for a reason. Swansea says the only thing worse than dying slowly is not getting paid. Anya says, but it could be something useful, I think. Swansea says, could be what? Hopes? Dreams? Marzipan? Ha. Anya then says, you don't have to. Jimmy also says, if it helps us survive, it's worth it. Daisuke says, man, Pony Express bosses really aren't chill at all, huh? Come on, a quick look won't hurt. Swansea says, how exactly is this group therapy committee planning on getting in there? Daisuke says, oh, right here, boss. You're looking at the meanest swing of the region junior baseball team. Straight up, nearly corked a kid once. I can take the utility accent. Swansea says, you were goddamn born fully corked. Jimmy says, that's enough, Swansea. There has to be an in case of emergency way inside. Anya says, if I remember correctly from the safety protocols, the door should have an alternate access code. But it can only be uncovered using a code scanner device. Jimmy says, only the captain has access to the scanner. Swansea says, of course, go ahead and ask him all about it then. Maybe he'll sing you the blues too. Jimmy says, we don't need him if we find the scanner. Get the code and open the hold. For better or worse, I'm captain now. I'll figure it out. Daisuke says, right on. Let's look around real quick.
Polly says, another day in paradise. Yay!
They actually sell plushies of this guy for kids. Yo, what's up, Nick Fetty? How are you doing, man? How was your Friday treating you? Chai, I know I've been down for a week or so. For those who don't know, I've been unwell, dealing with autoimmune issues, so we'll take it as it comes, you know? But thank you all for being here. We'd be dead without this thing. Never thought I'd be thankful for Pony Express grub. This machine was empty even before the crash. Swansea saw to that. Looks like it will be soup again for dinner. You want to rock, paper, scissors for the chicken noodle? Jimmy asks, how much food do we have left? Daisuke says, I say like 4 months-ish? Jimmy says, less than the remaining air supply, but we can make it last, in theory. We'll be starting to poke new holes in our belts pretty soon to pull that off. Daisuke says, man, my mom will straight up stuff me when I get back. I'll look like Swansea. We'll have a rad story to tell, though. They might even write articles about us. We could be on TV. Jimmy says, it'll impress the ladies, too. Daisuke says, hell yeah. The real problem is us running out of toilet paper, fatal stuff, man. We should leave that part out for the press. I can't even read this. Okay, so this is like the food that they're eating and the beverages? Okay. For those who don't know, this game was recommended to us by Not Really Butters. So, shout out to Not Really Butters. That's for you, dude. Let's go through this store. Let's see what's going on. This is the medical room. Who's that? Oh, that's the captain. Oh. They're not looking too good. What's up, Anya? He doesn't want to keep still anymore. Jimmy asks, what about the painkillers? Anya, he It just hurts him so much I can't stand the noise. Jimmy says you did make it through nursing school, right? Pony Express sure does know how to cut corners, if nothing else. Anya. I was thinking, we never went back into the cockpit after we dragged him out. Jimmy says it's almost entirely foamed up. Kind of a miracle, Curly didn't end up fossilized. But it could still be unstable. Anya says, I just think, well, it's the only place the code scanner could still be. Jimmy says, otherwise, we're shit out of luck. I'll take a look. Anya says, I know you'll figure it out, Jimmy. You're so capable. Oh, also, I was hoping you could help me with the captain. Jimmy responds, Curly. So that's what they call the captain, Curly. Well, that's what my character calls the captain, Curly. Anya says, right, sorry. With Curly's medication? Jimmy says, people have to be worth their titles. Don't you think, Nurse Anya? Anya says, yeah. Forget I asked. Jimmy says, I'll take care of it. Of course we would. We are the main character. What's up, Cat? You kind of giving me Anakin Skywalker burned VIA duel with Obi-Wan and Mustafar. It's kind of giving Anakin Skywalker. Doesn't get a signal anymore. Unfortunately, Anya and Swansea's playlist survived the crash. These are all we have left. Take painkillers. His mouth is closed. Oh, we're opening the mouth. Hell yeah. Take the mother flipping painkillers. Alright, Anakin? Jimmy, hold still, yeah? I don't like this any more than you do. You know what they say? Pain is how we know we're still living. Anya says, I can't bear to listen. Excuse me, sorry. It's done. Jimmy says, we don't have a whole lot of painkillers left, but you still want to keep... Anya says, why do you think he did it? Jimmy X's doesn't matter. What answer would make you feel any better? Anya says, I have to believe that our worst moments don't make us monsters, Jim. I have to, even in his case. Jimmy says he tried to take us all down with him, Anya. The way I see it, there's two reasons to keep him alive at this point. Guess the important bit is that we all agreed to it, for one reason or another. Anya says, I'm still feeling nauseous. I need a minute. You're a nurse! Though I do feel bad, because it's kind of like she's being forced into that situation. You know what I'm saying? They must be brushing them from him. Yeah, after he got, like, burned alive on Mustafar. Poor Anakin. Poor Anakin! Let's go to the cockpit. See what's going on. What do we have going on? Oh, it's this guy. You can tell he's the life of the parties. You can tell. Swansea says, ain't you supposed to be figuring out our great cargo robbery? Jimmy says, why are you standing out here? Swansea says, none of your goddamn business. Jimmy's like, everything is my business now because of Curly. I don't want to keep having this conversation. Swansea says, right, Capitano or something. I don't know. Swansea's like, I'm working. Blue collar fools can't afford to stop working, even when the machine does go figure. And before you start, I'm taking a break. Don't you worry, I ain't going over my break time allowance, huh? Jimmy says, working on what? How does it look in there? Swansea says it's a solid wall of foam. I'm trying to see if I can break it down enough to get something useful out any of my tools. But if I breach that foam and break the air seal, it's lights out for all of us. I ain't letting anyone else mess around in there. Jimmy says, even Daisuke? He's your intern. He's supposed to be helpful. Swansea responds, you think I'm letting that knucklehead in here after the crash roughed it up? Our so-called nurse nearly skewered her leg when the vent hatch was open during maintenance, and that was before the crash. I warned her, but it's in one ear, not the other. Then there's that teeny bopper thinking only with his downstairs long nose. Just like my useless kids back home. So no, ain't letting anyone mess around in here. Jimmy responds, all right, Swansea, keep me updated. You're an asshole, though. You're an asshole. Oh, it's Anya again. What up? Anya says, thank you for helping with Curly. Did you find the code scanner? Hope it's still there. The cockpit is covered in foam. No, I did not. He didn't have a scanner. Oh, we could have just went that way. Okay, let's see if the scanner's in here. This vent has been busted forever, at least according to Swansea. Probably beyond wreck now. Good thing we had extra medical mattresses. The floor isn't that bad. Is that a Game Boy? Oh, that's a Game Boy. Hell yeah, man. Good shit. Alright, we're going to the cockpit, chat. Let's see how we do. Also, Wolverine, how are you feeling, man? How's your day going? Chat, make sure to say hello to each other, okay? And let me know, do you think I should put the horizontal chat back into the stream or no? There's the code scanner. Nice. This should be useful if the main power shuts down. The length of nylon rope, okay? I'm gonna leave that open. Imagine getting stuck on like a spaceship or something. What do you have to say? Daisuke says, what do you guys think we've been shipping? If it's spare parts, maybe me and Swansea can repair the ship and we could get out of here. Right, Swansea? Swansea says, quit yapping. Nice. Anya asks, are we doing the right thing? Let it be medicine, food, or water. Okay. Entry restricted, prohibited to unauthorized personnel. Captain has been equipped with a standard issue code scanner to unlock the door in case of emergency. Damage sustained to cargo will be deducted from crew pay. Unnecessary trespass into hold will be deducted from crew pay. Accidental door breach will be deducted from crew pay. Lost of code scanner will be deducted from crew pay. Did he really? I don't see his messages. Hold on, let me fix that. Hold on. Sorry, Butters. Sorry, Butters. I have the sniffles, by the way. I'm gonna have to take my allergy medicine. Ain't that some shit? I think I can see now. I typed yes. Also, to everyone enjoying the stream, if you happen to, please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to grow. We're trying to hit 250 subscribers. And then onward to 500. Yo, what's up, Butters? How are you doing today, Butters? We have to reveal it across the Topar, okay.
Polly says, I rise above negative feelings and thoughts. I love who I'm becoming. How about you?
Doing good, just ate a slice of chocolate cake. I want chocolate cake. Alright, Captain. Start yapping. Where's the numbers? Are you gonna get another pill? Where's the numbers? Oh, you want the... Oh, we can manipulate his mouth. Repeatedly open and close Curly's mouth. Wow, that's an achievement. Okay. Can we move his arms? Oh, that's kind of messed up if we did that. Yeah, Butters, we're live over on Kick. So come on through if you want to. Up to you. I have a feeling we have to go into... What was it, this room? Bro, let me in. Yeah, but where do you find the, Where do we find the codes? See, I was trying to look at the thing to see if there was, like, fingerprints, but I didn't see nothing. Swansea says, well, get on with it. This is all you. I wanted duly noted that I had no involvement in this. Alright, bud. Oh, 4517. Okay. So if anyone's interested where the code is, right there. 4517. I did 1234. Let's go. Seven days before the crash, Anya X's, are you listening? Curly says, yeah, damn, I'm so sorry. Couldn't sleep again, but I passed the psych eval. Anya says, well, you gave the same answers as the last time. I do wish you to open up a little more, Captain. Anya says, these evaluations aren't just about you. Curly says, as long as I'm fit to fly in your eyes, Anya. Anya says, oh, stop it. Guess that means I only have one more eval left to do. Curly X's Jimmy. Anya says he acts as if I do these things for fun. Anya says then I have to make a report with things like, I found myself sexually excited at the sight of cartoon horses. What? What the hell? Curly says, well, I could take it off your hands. Anya says, really? Curly says, I've known him a long time. He won't try any bullshit with me. Anya says, I suppose you are the captain. Curly says, I am the captain. Anya says, thank you, what a relief. Oh, before I forget, Swansea X me to give you this. They expect me to perform miracles. They can't expect me to perform miracles. Okay. Anya says, not sure what it means, but sounds like fun. Good luck, Captain. So, we're playing now as the fried guy. Let's see what's going on back here. So this is what it looked like when it was normal. The door to my quarters, I'm still on the clock though. I guess that's Jimmy. Jimmy and Pony Express said they don't provide onboard entertainment. Curly says feels like there's always something broken in that room. Tulpar starting to show her age. Jimmy responds, past inspection, right? Shouldn't be an issue. Curly says, plus they added Daisuke last minute. Didn't count that there'd be 5 of us now. I really should have made a bigger stink about that. Let's see what's going on in here. Emergency cryogenic pods. They have about 20 years of backup power. Curly says, well, I can see the issue. Swansea says, the kid was brought on just to make me suffer. Intern my ass. Daisuke responds, I was just trying to fix the vent. Daisuke says, how did that trigger the emergency phone? Swansea says, because you're talented in all the wrong ways. I would have dealt with this, but only you can unlock the axe case. Every goddamn thing has to go through you. Curly says, I'll handle it. Hang in there, Daisuke. So we have to get the axe. Okay, 2609. Take the axe. Nice. I think I got it, Jurg. Curly says hang in there, yeah? You gonna do anything? Swansea says, back in my day, we didn't have to go through a dog and a pony show for every little thing. Might as well put our poultry behind a lock. Can't use this here. What am I supposed to use it on? Chat, did they say what to use this on? Can we use it on him? Imagine. Maybe we have to go this way. I don't know, bud. Looks like you're stuck in there, dude. Oh, there we go. Daisuke says, youch. Oof, strong stuff, huh? Swansea says, get it through your goddamn skull. That vent is strictly off limits. Fully fucking collapsed inside. You're looking to get impaled, electrocuted, and cooked? Daisuke says, yeah, but like, you can't fit there. You can't fit in there to fix it, right? Swansea, at the moment, is not responding. Might will in a second. Daisuke says, so I can totally handle it. Swansea, Captain, give me the axe. Curly says, Swansea, this could have damaged the pods. You can't let something like this happen again. Swansea says, yeah, I got it. Loud and clear. Curly, keep the axe until you've cleaned this all up, yeah? Swansea says to Daisuke, what are you standing around for? Clean this mess up. Daisuke says it's okay to be big boss. My Gramps was super huge. He lived until like 60. Jimmy says, I take it Anya diagnosed you with being sane then. Curly says, just off center, but it's what keeps me on my toes. I said I'd do yours. I want to hear all about those cartoon horses. Is that something you were born with or a recent develop? Jimmy says, all right, shut up. Let's go to the cockpit. Why is the staircase this long? Like, what the hell? Oh, that ain't right. So did we just fall out of a spaceship into like some random ass planet? No, this game is called Mouthwashing. What the hell's going on? Oh, my eyes. The Terminids are coming? Yeah, okay. Ladder plants? Maybe he has a phobia of ladders. Jimmy says you can't just make something up for this. It's not like these evals ever go anywhere when we get back. Curly says we'll power through it. Have you been able to complete your mandated tasks as co-pilot efficiently into your fullest capacity? Jimmy says, let's see. Curly says I'll just put good for that one. That's all of them, done and done. How are things otherwise off the record? Jimmy says I like it. We're in control here. Curly says didn't think you'd ever take to being a freighter pilot as well as you have. With what with how you struggled back on Earth. Jimmy says sure. All I ever hear is how great of a leader you are. Honestly, it's kind of annoying. So what is it? Curly says, Jimmy says, how come it always seems like you're standing on the edge of a bridge with your feet in cement? Curly says, lately, I've just been thinking, is this enough? Should I stay here because I've been successful at it? A good long haul, Captain. Jimmy says, and that's bad? Curly says, that's what I'm saying, it's not. But it's terrifying. I think, am I figured out? Is this all I'll ever be? Or do I take the risk and try something new, even if I'm bad at it? Jimmy says, I guess I get it. You reached the highest rung on this ladder, so now you're thinking you might be on the wrong ladder altogether. It's still a long way down from the top, no matter how you look at it. While I'm still climbing and climbing. Curly says something like that. But hey. You know I believe in you. Here, on Earth. Doesn't matter. Jimmy says, you should write that on the psyche vow. Jimmy says, oh no, the big guys themselves. Guess that's my cue. I'll see you later. Take news from corporate. Can we read it? It's getting a little spooky, chat. I like it.
A business operating at a steady profit can give its workers security and employee benefits. Operating at a profit, a business can provide the employee with comfortable, colorful working conditions, high wages, and steady employment, first aid and health protection, accident and life insurance, time off for vacation. The employee working for a profitable business can maintain a savings account, own his own home, and have plenty of leisure to enjoy the peace and quiet of family life. When investors receive a business operating at a steady profit can give its workers security and employee benefits. Operating at a profit, a business can provide the employee with comfortable, colorful working conditions.
Okay, this just repeats, but I think that's pretty cool. Like, I like when they do this in games, to be honest with you. I like that. Oh shit. That's a black hole.
Here, in fact, is the answer to a dream as old as man himself. A giant of limitless power at man's command. And where was it science found that giant? In the atom. A particle so infinitely small that it takes over 100 billion atoms to make up the head of a pin. Just as other millions and quadrillions of atoms are the tiny building blocks which make up everything in the world. Ships, and shoes, and sealing wax, and cabbages and kings. Although no one has ever... Here, in fact, is the answer to a dream...
Like I said before, I like when games do this.
Hurry, step right up, folks. Here's the answer to your problems. Dr. Utopia's sensational new discovery, ISM. ISM will cure any ailment of the body politic. It's terrific. It's tremendous. Once you swallow the contents of this bottle, you'll have the bountiful benefit of higher wages, shorter hours, and security. Enormous profits, no strikes. Remember, you're the big
Oh, what the hell? Alright, the dude's vibing out. He's dancing, he's dancing. Let's see what else is there. A revolutionary new dental hygiene product. Brand new formula designed to kill bacteria and kill germs without leaving a bad taste. Oh, here we go. Dragon Breath Mouthwash. All day fire fresh. Alright. Two months after the crash. Jimmy says this is, Anya says mouthwash. Swansea says unfucking believable. Daisuke, there's gotta be an ocean of the stuff in here. This room looks freaking endless. Jimmy says, is this what they'd have 5 people hauling for over a year? All of this? For mouthwash? Anya says the sugar content probably offsets any potential as a disinfectant. Swansea says, disinfected? What are you? Let me see that. 14% ethanol. Ha. Ha 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 ha. Daisuke says, ah ha ha. I suppose we'll smell good at least. Swansea says, that's right, kiddo. You bet your ass on that. Anya says, what are you doing? Stop that. Swansea says, woo-wee! Oh, shut up. I'm just an old codger taking care of his dental hygiene. You hear that? That's the sound of 15 years of sobriety popping like a cyst. A glorious, magnificent, red-hot cyst. Good riddance and cheers to Captain Curly. Hear, hear. Daisuke says, guess anyone could get seriously blasted off of this stuff. Jimmy says, yeah, and kill you in the process. Anya says, this can't be real. There's no way. Swansea, now we can go out in style. Daisuke, come here. Anyone ever teach you how to drink like a man? Interesting. 6 days before the crash. Oh, we're just going back and forth on the timeline. We're like Doctor Strange. Jimmy says, surprise. Daisuke, surprise, look at your face. Anya, gotcha. Swansea, cheers. Curly says, wow. What's the, occasion? Anya says, we only get one communal birthday party per trip, right? So we can have it whenever. Jimmy says, only one person can really be surprised birthdayed per trip. We did Swansea last haul, remember? No way, I can't believe I missed that. That's what Daisuke says. Jimmy says, you were on the list, so congratulations. Hate to say it though, your duties have to extend to even on your own birthday party. Anya says, you're the only one with clearance to make the cake. The recipe is there by the machine. Hop to it, Captain. Wow. I get to make my own cake. Cake recipe, water and gelatin, cake base and sweetener. Okay. So where's the gelatin at? You don't have this on deck, dude? What kind of place is this? See what Daisuke has to say. Can you sneak an extra packet of sweetener in there? Just kidding, maybe. Nah, totally kidding, no less. Okay, dude. You're gonna use the Pony Express provided cake recipe. At least make it correctly. You should find the ingredients and recipe in the kitchen. Swansea really likes that cake. Don't tell anyone. Swansea says, okay. Well, apparently it's in the kitchen. Let's check this out. What's next page? Alright, but where do you get the recipe pages? Hey, what's up, Stefan Molina? How are you doing? Welcome in. Recipe pages show how to get gelatin, etc. I appreciate that. Okay, preparing a cake with culinary auto mixer. Okay, so we gotta mix the water and gelatin, cake base, and sweetener. Enjoy Pony Express standard celebration cake. Do not consume more than 2 slices. Okay. So these are the recipe pages, right? Oh, I see it now. 4213. I feel like that's a code. Because we got the water. Nutrition pouch dispenser. Okay. Okay, let me... 4213. Alright. Hell yeah. Yeah, we need the sweeteners, so gotta do this. 2, 3, 4, 1. I appreciate that, Stefan. Thank you. Chat, make sure to say hello to Stefan over on YouTube side. Stefan, how is your day going? And it sounds like you've played this game before. Without spoiling, how do you like the game? Let me know. What do you rate it? So we need cake base. So what would be the cake base then? I can't use this here? Why can't I use it here? Alright, let's mix these two first. Interesting. Played it on release. I personally enjoyed the overall feel and atmosphere. Nice. It seems like a fun game. It's interesting. Okay, so... I guess we have to get these two again, huh? Oh, wow. Thank you for that. There we go. Hell yeah, we're making a cake. Daisuke says you gotta make a speech. Jimmy says can't argue with that. Daisuke is chanting speech, speech, speech. Anya says go on. Curly says I. Jimmy says hey, what's wrong? Curly says that's all it said on the report from management. We will receive paycheck for this delivery. I don't know any more than that. Swansea says Pony Express finally kicking the bucket, huh? What a joke. And we're the punchline. Anya says I don't have any savings. They can't just do this, right? Swansea responds, Pony Express was one of the last few manned crew freighter companies. The writing's been on the wall for a long time. Jimmy says, when did they tell you? Curly says early this week. I was instructed to wait until we're closer to the haul destination, but I can't keep something like this from you all. Jimmy says, so I guess you got what you wanted without the guilt. Curly says, Jim, if I had known. Jimmy says, I can go back to my, how do you put it, struggle of a life? Jimmy, Anya never got into medical school because she's, well, let's be real. And how many employment years Swansea got left in him? Daisuke will be fine. Mommy and Daddy have him covered, so there's that at least. But you, headed for the bigger and better, right? I'm just, and this is what Curly's saying, I'm just working on my life being a place I don't have to fucking escape. That's what I was trying to tell you, nothing more. Jimmy says, we're the ones you're trying to escape. Leave the dirt behind now that your boots are clean. Curly says, that's not what I meant. Jimmy says, it is what you meant. You just couldn't frame it to yourself in a way that kept you as the hero. Abandon the crew, but remain the model captain. Swansea says, unbelievable. Anya says, what am I supposed to do? Daisuke says nothing. Jimmy says, let's have some fucking cake, Props to the Twilight Cruise of the Tulpar. Tulpar, sorry. Jimmy says, props to our captain and his new prospects. Honestly, if I'm the captain, I'm taking this cake and I'm smashing it over his head. Alright? We're just gonna straight up pick it up, bloop him, right? He ain't talking again. No, I cut them up. Oh, we're cutting cake, chat. This is ASMR. Is it gonna go down? Oh, we gotta keep going. Hell yeah. ASMR cake cutting. Not gonna lie, that dude Jimmy's an ass. 3 months after the crash. Nice. So we're playing as Jimmy again. Check on Curly. Oh, Anakin Skywalker. For those who don't know, Curly is the captain that's like burnt like he was on Mustafar. That's the captain. I don't know if he's been giving his medicine yet. I have a feeling like Jimmy enjoys doing this to the captain. That's kind of like... It's kind of wild. Where's Anya? Before we feed him. No, that's Daisuke. Where's Anya? I want to see what she has to say. Oh, Oh, somebody's been hitting the mouthwash. It's Swansea. So where'd Anya go? Oh, there she is. Anya says no. I understand completely. If that's how it has to be. Alright, Swansea looks at me. I say nothing. Swansea says, Oh, it's you. Anya says, Jimmy not able to sleep either? Jimmy says, it's nighttime. Why are you talking this late? Anya, are you crying? Anya says, no. Don't worry, I'm okay. Jimmy says, we all need to keep it together. Swansea says, oh, I'm keeping it together. Don't you worry, Captain. Jimmy says he's making noises again. Did you give him his meds before, Anya? Anya says, no, must have slipped my mind. I'm sorry, Jimmy says, I'll do it. Anya says, no, really, I'm perfectly okay. Jimmy says, I said I'll do it. Jimmy says, you get a lot of use out of that. Right now? Swansea says, force of habit. Don't overthink it. So I kind of feel like they're forcing Anya in a way, like making her feel guilty about not giving him the meds. Correct me if I'm right or wrong on that analysis, chat. Because she seems like upset to like even give him the pills because of the noise he makes. This guy's holding an axe and she's crying, so he's probably berating her. And then obviously Jimmy, the character we're playing as, is kind of doing it too. Open wide, homie. Jimmy says, come on, stop with the noise. Damn it. I know what everyone is thinking. The way they look at me. What could I even say? And then, what could she do? Damn it. Here we are now. Me in the driver's seat. Thanks for that. Open up. I hope these make you feel fucking better. Whoa! Is Anakin alright? Because now you can't, like, move his mouth and shit. Yo, Anakin. What happened to you, man? We know what happened. Just saying, Jimmy's kind of like an asshole. So is Swansea, too. Oh, this is sadistic. Oh, man. This is sadistic. You're doing that to this man? We're just gonna... Curly says we should have some. Jimmy says, why? It's mediocre at best, obviously. Curly says, sometimes you can only get the subpar stuff. And that's what makes the really good stuff, well, good, right? Jimmy says, why bother? Curly says, hey, we all tried to escape. Didn't work for any of us. I've thought many times, is this what peace feels like? And is it good enough? And if I'm being real, it certainly isn't the best. So all I can do is try and make my life one I'm not trying to run from all the time. Sometimes I'll be promoted, buy a house, fall in love. Other times I'll just have some awful fucking cake with my friend. Right now, that sounds pretty brilliant, yeah? So, if you'll do the honors, Jimmy says, right? Well, let me go find a knife. Well, we do know at the start of the game, right? Curly drives the ship technically into the object coming towards the ship, right? Because remember, when we started, it said to go left. We were only able to go right. And then we're like, I think we were like locking people in or some shit. And we ended up, you know, getting burnt alive. And us meaning Curly. Not Jimmy, who we're playing as. But it seems like that for Jimmy too. Like, he doesn't take responsibility either. You know? He's kind of like an opportunistic, I hate to say it because of vulgarity, but he's like an opportunistic asshole, right? Again, he enjoys giving this guy the pills. You could tell he enjoys it. That's crazy. Oh, we're gonna chop him up with the axe? Or the cake? Oh, that was some good music before. Oh! Oh, he wants to kill this guy. That's what it is. This isn't like his subconscious. He just wants to like end him. Let's do it. Check on the crew. All right, next objective. Darkness Kai, what's up, man? Welcome in, and this is for everyone tuning into a stream, whether you're new or reoccurring, whether you're on YouTube, vertical or horizontal, or on Kick. This is for you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Let's check on the crew. Let's see how they're doing. Oh, shit. Is he dead? Oh, Daisuke's drunk. Jimmy asks him, how many have you had? Those will kill you before. Daisuke said, before anything else, I know. My mom found this internship for me. Such a slacker, she said. I don't know. I just never knew what I wanted to be. Never was good at anything. Total screw up. Jimmy says, we're not done yet, Daisuke. Daisuke says, I just hope she doesn't blame herself. Daisuke says, please just take it. I don't want to look at this stuff anymore. I want to be alone if that's okay. Sorry. Are they still in here? How are y'all? I'm doing alright. We're playing Mouthwash for the first time. For those who don't know, I was down for, away from streaming for a week. I was dealing with autoimmune stuff, so it's a battle I have to face every day. Some days I'm left very fatigued, some days I'm not. But I had enough energy today to at least give us one stream for the week. And we're playing Mouthwash. We're checking it out. So hopefully you enjoyed the stream, and if you do, whether you're on Twitch or Kick, hit that follow button. Come hang out with us in chat. Come get to know Leah, Darkness Kai, Butters, Broly, Wolverine, everyone who's here. Get to know them. And thank you again for being here. And thank you, Darkness Kai. Hopefully you're doing well too. YouTube and Kick. Didn't I say YouTube and Kick? Oh, Twitch? No, I'm not on Twitch at the moment. I've been on Kick lately, chat. I've been on Kick. I want to see how far we could go with that, and we can focus on YouTube. Put out long forms, which, if you haven't yet, please check out long forms and shorts. We're just going through these indie games, these indie horror games, seeing how they do. We also play variety as well, so we'll play like Helldivers 2 and Battlefield at some point, but we do that usually on Kick and Twitch. So check those platforms out, check those videos out, and thank you again if you do. Anya says, she's shocked. Oh, you startled me. Jimmy says, sorry. Anya says, no worries. Jimmy says, you thinking about drinking that too? Anya says, honestly, yeah. It'd probably just make me feel sick. Wouldn't fix anything, as much as I'd like it to. Jimmy says, right. Anya says, hey, I was thinking, did you know that not all of the medicine aboard was in my office? Anya says, we store some in a storage locker in the hallway. Jimmy says, why haven't you brought this up earlier? Anya says, it was foamed up. I didn't think it was possible to reach it, but I've been estimating the position to the foam. I think the mess in the deposit locker isn't too far into the mess of it, so we could try to break it down. Jimmy says, one strike too many on a weak spot. We'll all get sucked into space. Anya says, I think it's worth the risk. Jimmy says, if nothing else, it's an excuse to get Swansea to hand over the axe. Alright. This guy's drunk, so it's gonna be easy. Swansea says, Jimbo! El Capitano! The man with the plan. Jimmy says, you done? I need that. Swansea said, this whole thing, this was entrusted me by your previous tragically inclined leader. Big responsibility, but you know all about that, huh? Jimmy says, I'm gonna try to get some more painkillers. Do something useful, you know? Swansea says, oh, I hear all about it. You're looking to pull the plug in this party early. Jimmy says, I'm trying to save us. Swansea says, take matters into your own hands, eh? Be my guest. Okay, so that's how it gets cracked. Interesting. Swansea says, think I already feel the ship rumba tumbling through space again. Ha, Back to the Future. Alright, this guy has problems. Take the axe. Alright. See the phone by the hallway to medical? You can kind of see the locker in there. Alright. Let's see what happens, chat. We got it. Nice. All right. Oh, she's teleporting. Anya says, oh, wow, Jim. You did it. Jimmy said, yeah, it actually wasn't that hard. Jimmy says, yeah, it actually wasn't that hard once I figured it out. Anya says, amazing, really. Jimmy says, sure. Anya says, I hate to ask you again, but could you give Curly his painkillers? It just makes me so nauseous. Jimmy says, nothing. You're not serious. Look, I've entertained your sentimentality up until now, but I'm trying to actually fix things, Anya. I'm getting us through this. Oh, I get it now, Stefan. When you said take responsibility, that popped up right there. Interesting. Yeah, so it is Jimmy that needs to take responsibility, too. He seems to, like... So my thing is, he's a jerk to Anya, though. He's a jerk to Anya, because she clearly doesn't want to do it. She can't do it. And he's, like, making her feel bad about it. Anya says, Jimmy says it's find the code scanner. Then figure out the door code. Get the axe. Chop up the phone, but not too much. And best of all, give Curly his fucking medicine. But I'm bearing it. I have to. Because the captain has to take fucking responsibility on this goddamn ship. Anya says, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Jimmy says, go make sure Daisuke doesn't choke on his own vomit. Anya says, no, I can. Jimmy says, I'll take care of it, Anya. I always do. For a guy who wanted to, like, literally be captain, right? For a guy who was kind of like shitting on Curly, the previous captain who got roasted like Anakin Skywalker and Mustafar, he was crapping on him for being really the captain. But then when he's finally the captain, and then he's like bitching that he has to do captain stuff, and he's not even like considerate of his crew. So that's interesting. This is for Jimmy.
Boo! You stink!
Oh, there we go. He has some like he's realizing shit right now about being a captain. Yo, Darth Beyonder, what's up? Welcome in. How you doing? Everyone in the chat say hello to each other, get to know each other, whether you're on Kick or on YouTube. Say what's up. We're trying to grow on both platforms, so helps us out tremendously if everyone got to know each other. Okay? Say what's up. How you all doing? Talk about your day, anything and everything while we play Mouthwashing, sorry. We're talking to this character that looks like Anakin Skywalker before he put on the suit. And after he got his limb sliced off by Obi-Wan. So Jimmy's having this like realization, and Jimmy says, I don't think I understood the pressure you were under before. Fuck, and you tried to tell me. Our worst moments don't make us monsters, huh? You were a good captain, Curly, and you'll be one again. I'll get us both through this. Yo, what's up, Darth Beyonder? How are you doing, man? I'm doing all right. You know, I deal with some stuff in the real world, you know, health issues. But we're back for today to play some Mouthwashing, which was a game that was recommended to me by a friend of ours named Butters, longtime friend of ours. So I'm glad to be trying it out. Glad to be meeting new faces in the chat, reoccurring faces. So it's great to have you guys here. How are you doing, more importantly? So we're 6 days before Judgment. Jimmy, get the fuck out here. Whoa! Can I not open the door? Is there any weaponry? Looks like the guy's gonna beat my ass. My hands won't stop shaking. Whoa, whoa! Take it easy. I can't open the door. The lock's down. I can't move it up. Swansea says you can't hide. Okay, what'd we do? Do we got like a blunt object that we could fight with? Use rope. Oh, I tied it. Alright. I did something. I did something to piss this guy off. Okay, well, we don't have a scanner on us. What's up here? What's up yonder? Take metal pipe. Swansea says I'm gonna chop you into 20 fucking pieces. Two days before the crash. Crowley says, you doing okay? Anya says, yeah, I can't sleep. Crowley says, I know how that is. I just toss and turn. Or stare at the ceiling all night. Anya says, I actually kind of like the nighttime window screen. If you can believe it. So, I just come look at it sometimes. If you look really, really close, you can see there's a dead pixel in the upper right corner. Curly says, is that so? Nope. Don't see it. Anya says, in the back of my mind, it's always there. Curly says, now I'll go bonkers looking for it. Cheers. And I don't think it ruins the illusion, though. It's peaceful. Curly says, but maybe I'm just used to looking at the bigger picture. Anya says, how many days of transport do we have left? Curly says, let's see. Off the top of my head, around 237 days. Just under, Anya says, 8 months. Anya says, hey, why do you think Pony Express put a lock on the medical room door, but not in the sleeping quarters? Curly says, I suppose for the same reason they put a lock on the cockpit. That kind of... So when those words pop up, it's way too fast for me to notice. Because I'm like looking here at my screen and then I don't see it. Curly says safety. So... So what I get with that discussion is that Curly is more understanding of Anya. Like he's talking with them, you know. But the key thing is they put locks on the medical supplies, but not on the like sleeping quarters. Saffron says the word flash on the screen said safety. There's a clue there. Because why wouldn't you put a lock on the bedrooms? Daisuke says, Jimmy, help. What's up, homie? Jimmy, it's a total emergency. Jimmy says, calm down, what is it? Anya is stuck in the medical room. Door won't open. What if she runs out of something? Jimmy says, right. Let's go have a look. Alright. Daisuke says, Anya, I brought Jimmy. We're here to rescue you. Don't worry. Don't panic. Jimmy said, hey, heard the lock's broken. Jimmy says, hey, Anya, can you hear me? Anya says, yeah, I can hear you, Jimmy. Jimmy says, the rest of our medicine stash is in there too. Damn, this could be bad. Did you try to really put your back into it? Daisuke says, any wrenches laying around? How heavy is the med kit? Jimmy says, Anya, is the door stuck? Anya says, no. Daisuke says, huh, what do you mean? Jimmy, look, we're all stressed. But you can't go breaking down every little hardship. Oh, but you can't go... Okay, so Jimmy says, but you can't go breaking down at every little hardship. Jimmy says, open the damn door. Anya says, you were right. You were right all along. I should have done this from the beginning. I always believed that our worst moments didn't define us, didn't make us beyond repair. You think I wanted this either? Make no mistake, this isn't my worst moment. Far from it. It's the best decision I'll ever make. Jimmy says, open the door. Anya says, I'll take care of it. Daisuke's yelling Anya. What does that mean? Jimmy says, Curly is still in there with her, right? Daisuke said, you don't think... Daisuke. This is what Jimmy says. You and Swansea know the internals of the ship better than anyone. There's absolutely no other way to get into the medical. It's that vent next to the bed. Daisuke says, well, Swansea said it was strictly off limits, like super mega not allowed above all else. The utility room. That plus event in there loops into medical. But I mean, technically a person could totally fit through it. Jimmy said, if that's the only way, we'll make it work. You listening, Anya? Fine. Come on, Daisuke. Oh, we're doing some shit. I love it. Hell yeah. You only got 8 hours of sleep? You need some more sleep. So now she's gonna attempt to kill Curly. So we gotta save Curly. Even though we were just shitting on him like a couple minutes ago. What do you have to say? Daisuke says, Swansea, we need your help. I know you said utility was dangerous, but Swansea says, I'm good right here, fellas. You know, I'm not letting you in there. Off limits. Jimmy says, look, if there's any possibility. Swansea says, Jimbo, letting you scratch that foam wall would be useless. You'd only tear this goddamn ship a new asshole. Nothing to be done about it. Bad luck. Tail missed the donkey. Daisuke says, but Swansea, this could really be bad. Just hear us out. Swansea says, we're God's hand-picked favorites on this here planet, I reckon. Means we get to name it. So let's hear it for Wake Rock. Whatever's going on anywhere else ain't my problem, since I'm the happiest man Wake Rock has ever seen. Jimmy says, let's just go, Daisuke. There's no point with him. "8 hours until judgment." Jimmy says, don't do anything. Stop. 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 I can fix this. Swansea says, why do you keep fucking saying that? Are you hearing yourself? This guy's making, like, pain noises. Daisuke is. I'm sorry. Swansea says, we still have disinfectant, right? The one from the extra medical stash. Get it now. Jimmy says, the cocktail you. Swansea says, the cocktail? What are you blabbering about? Jimmy says, that was your fault. You would never have. I had no choice. Swansea says, you're useless. You goddamn fucking idiot. There has to be something else. I'm gonna shine this light in his face. Hopefully that helps. Oh! What's up with the screen? Swansea says, I'm already looking in here. At least try to make yourself useful. God damn it. Oh, did she kill him? At least he made it out to the other side. We can still help him. Darth Beyonder says, I'm going to bed now. It's already dawn here. Darth Beyonder, thank you for coming through to the stream. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's an honor to have you here. I appreciate you. Everyone, make sure to say goodnight to Darth Beyonder if you haven't yet. So we have to find the alcohol. Right, the cocktail. Oh. What the hell? Who died? Oh, is that the captain's? No, there's something to the... Oh. Oh, there's blood. Where's this blood taking us? Be quiet. Is that what it said? A blind beast, aimless and restless. You can't run from it. Sound this way. Oh, I don't like that. Go luck. I don't see nothing. Oh! It's a horse. What the? Oh, we're playing as Jimmy, who has, like, that alert of horses. Oh. I'm out of here. We're hauling ass. Hello? Can I get through? No? Okay. We're gonna wrap around. Stefan says be quiet. So we're gonna move quietly. You are all very nice. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Blind beast. You can't run from it. It's a blind beast, so it can't hear me. Or see me. Sorry about that. Can't see me. It doesn't see me. Remember, Leo, we're playing as the guy that has that, like, thing with the horses. So if we stay still, it stops. You did it for the horses, huh, Butters? That's why you recommend the game? I'm confused by this. Where am I supposed to go? Like... Oh, maybe down that way. Okay. I gotta say, the horse as a monster is such a random thing. I think it's going off of, like, the individual, right? And this is the guy, we're playing as Jimmy, who has, like, the soft spot for horses, if you catch my drift. I see you, Butters. This is why you wanted us to play it. All right, keep it moving. We almost got this, chat. Oh, it's this thing again.
Polly says,
Daisuke says nothing. Take the mouthwash. Daisuke says, I'm sorry. I messed up. Jimmy says, don't try to talk. We got you, Daisuke. Did he die? Oh, we don't got him. Oh, he didn't die. He's alive. Whoops, sorry. Sorry, Daisuke. Daisuke says, I think the vent in utility connects to medical, but you heard what he said going in there now. It's too unstable. Trying to break the foam could risk the air seal. I just don't want to fuck up again like I did before. Jimmy said, you heard Anya. I want to put it past her to do something extreme right now. You and me, Daisuke, we can save Curly, yeah? Swansea will help, so we'll figure it out ourselves. Daisuke says, right. Alright, yeah. We got this. But even before the foam, how do we even get the door to utility open? Swansea's been practically camping in front of the door, and he has the key. I have an idea. You're gonna have to trust me. We need to knock him out. Daisuke says, you're gonna fight him? Fight him? Oh my god, fight him. You gonna fight him? Jimmy says, no. Even he has his limits when it comes to booze. We make him pass out. Simple, safe. He might not even realize we did anything after the fact. There's a recipe for a mocktail in the kitchen. We can follow the steps, but use different ingredients to add kick to it. Come on. Alright. So, we're gonna knock out Swansea. We need mouthwash and isopropyl. And then drink base and sweetener. So let's get the sweetener. So we got this. 2, 3, 4, 1. Now, how do we get the, We need an axe, don't we? Okay, so I think that dude has it down there. could have sworn we had the axe last, right? Am I tripping? He's not looking well. He's not. We're gonna make him feel worse. No one is on the ship? He's literally on the ship. What do you mean? Where's the axe, though? Am I crazy? Didn't we have an axe? Yeah, right? Axe not needed here. Interesting. Yeah, we just need the sweetener. Is there one lying around? Question mark?
Polly says.
Might have missed it. Jimmy says we're out of sweetener. Any ideas? Daisuke says I might have accidentally at some point mistakenly misplaced a few packets before by accident. Jimmy says right. You could take a look around my stuff. Could be somewhere around there, but also totally somewhere else. Who knows? Anything's possible. The crash sure jumbled everything up. There we go. Love it. Hell yeah, we're making the good shit, chat. This guy's gonna get charged off this drink. Daisuke says that drink looks sick. I can totally picture myself on a beach with a hot babe and a few of those. Then I drink too many and throw them up all over myself and never be able to drink them again. Ah, good times. Jimmy says, let's just get this to Swansea. Oh, that's creepy. Oh, shit. He's like a poltergeist. He's like a ghost. So once he says, you take into teaching my intern now? I personally try to educate based off years of experience, but that's just me, Captain. Jimmy says, you good? Daisuke, huh? Oh, yeah. I'm all good, man. Heh. Swansea says, the fuck is that? Jimmy says, look, we need to keep working together. If this is how it can get us through this without us being at each other's necks all the time, then... Swansea says, yeah, give it here. Daisuke, we kind of freestyled the recipe. Swansea says, yeah, I can tell you had a hand in this monstrosity, kid. You ain't no mixologist. Swansea says, sure as hell, ain't no mechanic either. Daisuke says, aha. Swansea says, you never should have come here. Who the fuck even decided to let you board, huh? Stick the idiot with a bunch of sad sack adults and see what he learns, eh? Bootstraps and all that, what a load of horseshit. You think it's all going somewhere, but every failure leaves you a little more mangled than before. This guy is really... he's an asshole. Never anything nice to say. And he's trying to raise a mutiny within the ship. We don't like that. We're gonna toss him off. Swansea says older, uglier, meaner, smarter in a worse way. Jimmy says wallowing doesn't suit you, Swansea. Swansea says, I suppose you think we should all be acting like you, a hard-working, esteemed captain. I say take a load off before the sun finally sets on this party. May we never go to hell, but always be on our way. Okay, so he just fell. He fell over. Take utility room key. Daisuke says, is he still breathing? He practically bounced off the ground. Jimmy says he'll be fine. His tolerance has to be through the roof by now. Probably just wake up with a massive headache. Daisuke says, oh man, he's gonna be so mad. I'll never get a good reference now. I think that's the last of his worries, but hey. Oh, we're going in. Asian twink haunting? Daisuke says, Captain, sure about this? Maybe we could talk with Swansea when he's cleared up a bit later. He's just like really into workplace stuff, safety stuff, sometimes, you know, which is like totally cool and stuff. I think he taught me. Jimmy says it's time to be brave, Daisuke. Curly and Anya are counting on us. We got you, Curly, even though we were shitting on you before. Wait. Whoa, it's like barely foamed up at all. Hates those things. I've never been inside one. What are they called again? Jimmy says cryostasis pods. Daisuke says, oh yeah, these things are far out. Totally sci-fi. Oh, looks like this one still works. How long can these things even keep you frozen? Jimmy says 20 fucking years. Daisuke says, I can't believe Swansea managed to clear all the foam from here. Jimmy says he didn't. Daisuke says, what? Jimmy says, think about it. Swansea never let you work with him on breaking the utility room foam wall, right? Daisuke says, no, it needed to be handled delicately. He said, I have way too much athletic strength in my arms. I would have just torn right through the foam. I was like, damn, makes total sense, bummer. So I've been in charge of the kitchen instead. He said it's next level critical to keep stock and organize every day. Had me double, triple, quadruple check everything like all the time. Jimmy says, right, of course, and he never told you he'd gotten in here? Daisuke says, no, but look how busy he must have been. Jimmy says there was never any foam here. And Swansea has been known the whole damn time, just taking a load off before the sun finally sets on his party, huh? Jimmy then says that boozled up bastard has been biding his time until he can save himself. Daisuke says, would getting in the pod really mean you'd get rescued? Jimmy says 20 years more of a chance to get found. I'd take those odds over our current situation. Not like this though. Not by lying through my teeth while waiting for everyone else to die. Daisuke says, no man, that just can't be right. I'm sure there's a reason. We'll ask him about it when he wakes up. Jimmy says we'll deal with him after. Right now, we have a job to finish. Daisuke says, and the vent looks like it's still in one piece. Whoa, check those sparks. I hate to imagine how gnarly it looks on the inside. Jimmy says it could be somewhat collapsed in places. You could make it through. We need to try it. Daisuke says, Swansea said it's not safe. I know he forgot to tell us about the pod, but he knows like everything about this kind of stuff. Maybe we should just wait for him to wake back up. Jimmy says, you said you can handle it. Swansea taught you well, right? Time to prove it. He'll be impressed when he wakes up. Proud. He'll understand why we had to do this. Then he can explain himself. Daisuke says, you think so? Jimmy says, Daisuke, everyone's counting on you. Captain's orders. Daisuke says, yeah, I got this. Okay, here we go. Peace out, Daisuke. Oh, that don't sound good. Daisuke says, Anya? What did you do? One day before the crash. What's the objective? Usually tells us. Find the gun. Oh, God. Alright, so either one or two things. She killed the cat, or herself, or both. Or neither. Cue Highway to Hell by AC/DC. An accident gun. This is gonna end well. Perfectly. So we're playing as Curly at the moment. We're not playing as Jimmy. Keep that in mind. What happened here? Curly says, for fuck's sakes, where is it? Us being let go isn't a reason to hurt yourself. Anya says, nothing? So Curly says, Anya, as our nurse, you never got psych evals. I should have thought of that. You could have come to me if you were feeling stressed. Anya says, what would you have done? Curly says, anything. Anything. You, the crew, are all my responsibility. I told you so over and over, yeah? Anya says, I'm not going to hurt myself. You know the gun is in a safety case I can't open. But I hid the case itself. Curly says, tell me where it is. None of this has to be on our performance log. We'll figure it out together. Anya says, I'm pregnant. Curly says, you're what? Who would you? Anya says, Captain. I told you. Curly says, listen to me. We can fix this. I've known him for a long time. I'll talk to him. Anya says, I know you never give me the gun to protect myself. So the least I can do is make sure he never gets it either. What the hell? She's pregnant, huh? Who? Jimmy says the bleeding won't stop. Just try to stay still. She shot him. Okay. I need a second to think. We can fix this. Swansea says, hey, could you hear me? Daisuke is like making noises. Swansea says, Daisuke. Jimmy says, hey, stop. Don't move. Swansea says, it's alright, Daisuke. Calm down. This line of work, you can never have become like miserable old Swansea. What a tragedy. Decades of hauling ass for Pony Express. Big, mighty bruiser with all his shiny tools. This is where it caught me. The good life, huh? I thought you were dumber than a can of paint, always just chewing my ear off about nothing. Useless ray of goddamn shine. Not an A student, career workhorse, or force of ambition. Just a goddamn good kid. Just a damn good kid trying his best. You could have taught an old fool like me a lot. Close your eyes, Daisuke. He's gonna get shot too, right? Damn. Wow. This guy is a problem, man. Why do you think they put locks on medical but not in the crew quarters? Yeah, that makes sense. Jimmy says, you monster. I could have fixed him, Swansea. I have to do everything myself. Why can't any of you just give me some time to fucking think? Oh, this guy is gonna flip out. You could tell. You could tell by, like, the lighting. He's, like, angry and crazy. Now, Swansea says, how do you still not understand? It's over. End of the fucking line. You won't suffer one more second because of your delusions. Jimmy says, unbelievable. Stop pretending. I know all about your plan, Swansea. I went to utility. I saw what you've been hiding down there. Sneaking around with that axe. Telling Anya who knows what. Now this? You're making sure you're the one who gets inside that cryopod. Ha! Swansea says, I sure did talk to Anya, but it was her telling me all sorts of things instead, wasn't it? Swansea says, shouldn't the captain go down with the ship? Not that it matters anymore. I ain't got no place to be. I got everything I could ever want right here on the ship. So go ahead, get in that pod. If you ever get found, you can tell them whatever fucking story you'd like. You've earned it. Can I just take the axe from the guy's head and remove it from that dude? Get the gun. Also, Daisuke got impaled by the unstable vent he crawled into. Okay. Anya has no gun. She already said the case was locked and she can't open this. Interesting, okay. Poor Daisuke, man. Yeah, that's right. She did say she can't get to it. She has it in a case. Anya's dead too. So she's dead. She overdosed on pills. Did she kill him? I could kind of hear breathing. We don't know the code, so we have to find it. I would assume captain's quarters. That's actually one of the areas we haven't been to yet. Post crash. But we're gonna canvas around and see what's going on. Okay, so we can't go that way. It's the horse's fault? The horse got Jimmy thinking sideways. But that's interesting. So that makes sense because the vent was dangerous and we had Daisuke climb up there. So that makes sense. So he didn't get shot. She doesn't have the gun, but it's underneath the captain. Where was the gun locker originally? I don't remember seeing a gun locker. Yeah, so it would be in captain's quarters, right? Or am I wrong on that? Oh, is it in that locker that has the generator? Is that where we have to go? So it should be in the cockpit. This right here. Yeah, 739. Okay. 739, let's go. 739, remember that, chat. There we go. If he's still alive, why is he laughing? Swansea says, Jimmy. Oh, man. 0 days before crash. Oh, the captain lost it. Here's Anya. Anya says, I told him. Crowley says, Anya, you should have waited for me. What did he say? Nothing that makes any difference. Crowley says, did he seem angry? Where did he go? He just walked away. Crowley, I don't want him to be in here anymore. Crowley says, hold the fuck on, just wait, I need to find him. Everything's going to be okay. So who's the guy? Need to go to the cockpit. It's either Jim. It has to be Jimmy or Swansea, right? Crowley says, Jim, I can fix this. Jimmy says, what do you think will happen when we get back, Crowley says, we can figure all of this out, you and me. Jimmy says, all I can ever hear is how great of a leader you are. God, it's so annoying. But now, what do you think will happen now when we get back? Crowley says, we'll fix this together. Jimmy says, everything you and I worked for in our lives, accomplishments, changes. None of it will matter. Crowley says, you've gotten through difficult situations before. This time it won't be any different. Work through it one day at a time. Jimmy says, it's not just me, is it? You were supposed to be the one who had everything under control. You said so yourself. The ship, this crew, everything that had happened here, this was your responsibility, Captain. That's what you'll be hearing the rest of your life. Jimmy says, or this can all be remembered as a tragedy, despite what must have been the best efforts of its acclaimed captain. The Tolpar crew was never found. No one survived to tell the tale. Jimmy, you're standing on the top. Oh, that's what Jimmy looks like. Okay. Darkness Kai, thank you for being here, man. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. Take your time. Thank you again. Jimmy says, feet in the cement. I get it now, right? Curly says, right. Jimmy says, I'll take care of it. So is Jimmy the father? Okay, system failure. Alright. Cody says, Jim, tell me you didn't. I should have. I didn't. What the fuck did you do? Oh, he did it. Oh. The bastard. That's what happened. One hour before judgment. It was Jimmy all along. That's sly bastard. Oh, that's crazy. There's Daisuke with the gash in his face. There's Swansea. Swansea's dead? They're alive? They're dead? They're alive? Daisuke says, woohoo! Happy birthday, Captain. This rocks. Swansea says, here, here. To Captain Jimbo. Oh, he shot himself in the head, or we shot him in the head? Because I see a bullet hole. Anya says, come on. You have to give a speech. Swansea says, go on, have at it. You better make it good. Daisuke says, hell yeah. Anya says, our captain. Captain Jimmy. Oh, we're doing this to our captain, Curly, aka Anakin Skywalker. Jimmy says a lot of people struggle to put food on their plates, but that wasn't enough, right, Captain? The lowest rung of your ladder is our highest, until it's all swept from under your feet. Life isn't even worth living at the same level as us, but I forgive you. All of us do. I won't give up on you, even like this. We're going to make it through this. Sometimes we thrive, travel the endless reaches of space, but other times we just have to accept days like these. You told me that, Curly. Let's eat. Let's survive. Oh, we're cannibalizing our captain. Take responsibility. I don't think Jimmy could. I'm going to the medical room. I don't think he does either. There's Daisuke. Oh. No turning back now. I guess we're supposed to. Right? No. It won't let me, take it. How do I take it? It's not letting me. Yeah, but we can't stand like this forever, though. Oh, you know what? We move backwards like this. Right? Tell me I'm right. Ah, okay. And the lights are showing us which way to go. Oh, that's sad. That's Daisuke's Game Boy. Responsibility. And that's us walking away from responsibility. Let me know if I'm right in chat. Okay. It's getting a little funky. No adulting for Jimmy. None at all. Some people don't grow up. Now we're going to the utility room. This is actually a pretty good game, chat. Yo, shout out to Butters for recommending it to me. There's something in here with me, isn't there? I'm still around, got you in my ear. Thank you so much, K-Switch. I appreciate you. Thank you to everyone for being on Kick's side. I really appreciate you. This is for you, and this is for YouTube side as well. Do whatever you need to do, K-Switch. I'm sorry that happened to you, man. My PMs are always open to you, dude. Don't hesitate to reach out. Oh! Sorry, Swansea. Shoot him in the nuts, right, chat? Shoot him in the nuts? Does that work? That sent his ass flying out of there. Boom! That was my first instinct. He was kind of an ass too. Everybody was an ass here except the captain. Yep, you go to hell for that.
Boo! You stink!
Thank you, Wolverine. Kisser says my ex-coworker got hired full-time off contract where I work. I'm sorry about that, man. Try to see if they could get you in, man. Hopefully they let you come back, dude. Like, that's fucked up they did that to you. Wolverine, it was the first thing I thought of. Oh, that's Daisuke. Rest in peace, Daisuke. Whoa! Good luck. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you. I'm just saying, if everyone's enjoying the stream over on YouTube side, come swing a comment, a like, especially a like on the live stream so the algorithm can push us out, but also subscribe and talk to us in chat. Come get to know not only myself, but fellow chatters. Please, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So where is he so I could pop him? Oh, there he is. Come on. Oh shit, he's gonna get me. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I've played enough Call of Duty to land shots. Bang! Hell yeah, you saw that? He ain't ready. He ain't ready. That was a headshot too. He should be dead. Oh, he's still running? I have to go where he was running. It's that beverage we got him. Yeah, 100%. We shouldn't have done it. Woo! Swansea says I have something to say. So shut the fuck up and listen. I spent 13 years, half cut up to my eyeballs, drunk to put it mildly. Then suddenly I saw it, a street light shining in my face. 500 gigawatts of power of the power of God. A vision for my bloated body found in some ditch. Scared me straight. I got a collar shirt, mortgage, and a credit card. All things that make a good man. I hope I could raise my children to be better than their old men. I wanted to believe I was never one step back away from my worst self. But the truth is, discipline, drive, routine, the endless fucking desperation to get shit done. A loving wife, great kids, sobriety. I'm telling you. Accomplishments I've been chasing all my life. Never felt as good as I expected when I crossed the finish line. So now that we're at the end game, taking inventory, those nights spinning out of my head, sinking into the sofa, broken glass in my palms, bleeding dry from the funniest thing ever. All dogs laughing and snarling on a waterbed floor, mocking the moon for daring to show its face. All nausea and wreckage and vomit and ugly cruelty. The only problem in the world, an empty bottle. Those were the best days of my life. Yeah, those were the best days of my life. I got nothing to hide, ready to face the music. I can see myself for what I am. But you, a cowardly, selfish motherfucker, and you can't even see it. I should have been able to protect the kid. If I could have done one thing right, I wish I had been to give him one small chance off this goddamn rock. Jimmy says, Swansea, I'm gonna fix everything. We're going to make it. Swansea says, fuck you. So we're the bad guy. Couldn't even take responsibility, even in the last days. Really? Yeah, because he says that. He wanted to get the kid off the rock. Interesting. And we made him out to be the villain. The game did that well. I will say that. The game, like, they set us up to make us think he was the bad guy, and it's really us. That's what I'm gathering. We're the asshole. And now we run away from our problems after we kill Swansea. That's the captain's eyeball. That's all his eyeballs. Hello, what the hell's going on here? Interesting, okay. Yeah, we're running away from it. Oh shit, what the hell? But I do want to ask the devs, what's up with the horse stuff? Like, why'd they choose that specifically? Oh. That's the captain's mouth. Oh, that's weird. Well, it's spooky, too. That's true. We thought we were Curly, but I have a sneaking suspicion we were Jimmy. No, actually, no, because we had to have been Curly because we didn't give the opportunity to escape. And he was kind of like Anakin on Mustafar. He was the one with those type of injuries. Damn, we did this to him? Oh, that's messed up. Oh, well, let's watch cartoons with the captain. Alright, we're gonna watch some nice cartoons.
'Tis old Mother Goose's birthday. We're giving her a party. A party, a party, a party for Mother Goose.
The baker man, he served the cake. It was a sight to see.
I want to reiterate, I love when games do this. Like the little like TV shows within the game. Take Curly's leg. It's in the cake? Feast. Oh, that ain't right. That makes sense. So Jimmy set the course to crash. The Curly ran to try to stop it. Kaboom. So you know what I think it was? When we were in the room, we were Jimmy. When it said to turn left, but we went right instead. And then when it switches and we're running in the hallways before the horse shows up, I think that was, we were playing as Curly in that moment because he turns around to try to get out. Wow. Actually, I'm surprised by this game. That's really well done. Interesting. You know what's more messed up? We take Curly's leg that we rip off, and literally, they're showing us feasting videos. But you know what I noticed? There's like a face on this kid's plate and a leg. So did they film? There's no way they filmed this during the time of the game, right? Like, look, watch. You'll see in a second what I'm talking about. That looks like Curly's face. And that looks like the leg. Right? Am I losing it? I'm losing it. But I like that, though. I like when they put little cartoons in games. I'm just saying, chat. And that was Curly because you had Jimmy sitting in a fetal position in front of the captain room during system error. Right, because they didn't show us that in... That's a steak. They left the eyeball in that steak. Or they did something. It could be the marrow too, right? Like the bone and it has like the marrow in it. It could be. But I like that in the beginning it doesn't tell you who it is. And it makes you think about it. Cap, I'm sorry, dude. We're gonna have him eat his leg? Ah, that's messed up. It's empty. Oh, man. We keep making this guy suffer. Damn, dude. What are we feeding this man? And we're just gonna keep feeding it to him? Oh, that's it traveling in his stomach. So I'm gonna assume we have to keep putting it in until it passes. Let's see. Am I right? So look, it's going down right side. It's going down left side, so it doesn't make it past there. So do we mess with one of the wheels? So it goes like this, right? Down this way. But it can't be his arm, right? It's got to be that. Let's try this. There it goes. It's going down. Okay, it's going down right side. It's on left side. So we gotta turn this one. Okay. So it's making its way down. It goes down this way to here. Comes up here, so we turn this valve. It should... Where does it appear next? I wouldn't have an answer for you, Leah, when it comes to that. That might be something Stefan might be able to answer. That's not the valve. This valve is to this. Oh shit. Okay, we're gonna put this back. So where's the valve to this then? So, right. It goes down this way. I gotta see how it travels again. We're gonna figure this out. Goes down this way. Right, goes down this way. And it gets stuck up here. So, this is the path it takes. I'm gonna try something. No, so that's not correct. So it goes down this way. No. Alright. I gotta see this again. So it's because of this, right? So it travels this way, turns in. It's gonna get stuck here. Okay. Oh! It's this shit right here, right? Interesting. There we go. Help me? Is that us? Is that Jimmy floating in space? Oh. Okay. We can only move forward. Good stuff. Thank you, Stefan. Or is that us going to hell? Oh no, that's Cat. Curly says, I want to go home. Jimmy says, we are home. Curly says, why don't you finish where you started? Don't worry if anyone ever finds us. I'll still be playing the villain. You'll be the better man in the end, like you wanted. Curly says, I could have stopped it. I'm taking responsibility. Jimmy says, no, we can both be heroes. We're a team. Just you and me like we used to be. What happened was an accident. We were trapped. I made a mistake, alright? I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry, Curly. Take responsibility. I don't think sorry covers... I don't think sorry covers the murders, buddy. Yeah. No, we have to go this way. Oh, what the fuck? There's a baby horse. Oh! All clean. Really gets rid of that bad taste in your mouth, huh? Through wreckage. I hope this hurts. Through silence. I hope this hurts. Wash away. I hope this hurts. All day. Fire fresh. I hope this hurts. That was a little freaky, I'm not gonna lie. Why was there like a baby horse and like what the hell was that? Oh, there's that creepy shit. What is that? Oh. Oh, I gotta avoid this thing, huh? Oh! Yeah, where is it? How was I gonna escape that? Oh, ID cards. There's Swansea, Daisuke, Jimmy. Where's Curly's? There's the mouthwash. Oh! Oh! Oh, it's that horse. Jimmy says Pony Express is dead. And so are you.
Polly says,
Sorry. Jimmy says, shut up. Curly tried his best, I did too. But he's the better man. I see that now. We can both still make it. I'll take care of him. I'm taking responsibility. Curly, Captain, I'm so sorry. Jimmy says, yes. Yes, I do. I fucked up. But I can still make this right. Our worst moments don't make us. I think the part is, like, no matter the amount of apologies, he ain't going to where he thinks he's going. 0 hours before judgment. I guess we take him to the cryo, right? Yo, welcome back, Draconian Essence. How are you doing, dude? Everyone, make sure to say hello to Draconian on Kickside, if you haven't yet. By the way, this is not Anakin Skywalker of Mustafar. Okay? You can't see him because of my webcam. But how in the world is he still alive? Mouthwash. That's how. The power of mouthwash. Listerine. Don't get twisted. That's the fountain of youth. Go home. How do I go home? I'm in the ship. Not sponsored. I wish I was sponsored by Listerine. I would make killer money. I have a feeling we're going to put him in the cryogen. Jimmy says it's okay, Curly. You're going to be okay. You always had my back. I ended up hurting you even though I was trying to save us. But now you'll survive. It's like you said, together we can fix everything. I'm just proud I got to be your friend and co-pilot, Captain. No one can hurt you now. We fixed it. I fixed it. Oh, now we're playing as Cap. He killed himself. He killed himself because wasn't Swanson's body in this room with the gun? So he turned that on and then shot himself. After he basically turned us into Anakin Skywalker after he fights Obi-Wan and Mustafar. Interesting. Chad, what do you think about the game? What do you think about it? Butters, Leah, because Butters, I know you haven't played it. I'll tell you what else in chat, whether you're on Kick or YouTube side, what do you think about the game? That's a good point, Leah. Leah says we fixed it. What did we fix exactly? Because Captain is on full mummy mode. Honestly, he basically made it that Harrison Ford could do the Indiana Jones movies, Leah. That's what he did. That's what he did. Because if we're full on mummy mode, that is what he did. I had to screenshot that. We're going to use that in a long form. Who is that? Somebody used my photo on YouTube? If he's still alive by then. Yeah, but he's using my face. So of course we gotta report him. Yeah, add him to the list, but we gotta report him. How dare you use my face? Okay, I reported him. We had someone make a YouTube account and he used my face on it. They used it, so I reported. That's not a classic troll, are you kidding? I don't know what classic troll that is to you, but that ain't to me, so. Sorry about that, chat. If you see like the game freeze up a little bit, I was trying to look at the YouTube channel. I haven't. That doesn't sound normal to me. But anyway, let's get back to the topic of the game. What do you all think about it, chat? What do you give it? Like a rating out of 10? Thank you for playing. Thank you for making the game. Let's get the developer name. What's the developer name? Wrong organ publisher critical reflex. Wrong organ critical reflex. Thank you for making this game. I gave you a follow. Keep it up. Oh! I accidentally hit quit. There was nothing more than that, right, chat? Was there anything more than that? That was Butters. That was Butters. So, first of all, I want to say thank you to Stefan for hanging out with us while we stream this game. Thank you so much, Stefan. In chat, make sure to welcome Stefan in. Also, shout out to Butters for recommending Mouthwash. Stefan Molina says, it's weird. The story isn't all that impressive without this method of representation. Try and think about the events of the game as they happened without the time skips. I think there was a lot of back and forth. But once like things get put into perspective and they kind of lay it out as things transpire, like what really happens, it makes sense when you think back on it, like you mentioned. But we always do this, chat. You let me know what you think about the game. Okay? You let me know what you think. And again, I will tell you about Mouthwashing, the description of the game, chat. Basically, Mouthwashing is about the 5 crew members of the Tulpar and are stranded in an empty reaches of space, shrouded in perpetual sunset. God is not watching. I like the ending of that. God is not watching. Mud21 was banned from the channel. Get banned, dude. Don't use my face again. You do not get that right to use my face. You don't get to use it. You don't get to use it. I'm not a big streamer. You don't use my face. You get nothing out of it. What are you doing, dude? Lock it in. Lock it in. Why do we do this, dude? Like I said before, chat, if you like what you've seen in tonight's stream, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And come chat with us. I think that game was really, like I said before, really well done. I like games like that. I like psychological horror games. I like when games kind of get you like processing. This is kind of up there with Ludo. Ludo was one of my favorite games I played. Since I started doing like the horror indie horror game genre. And this is up there for me. Ludo still has to be the top for me still, 100%. But I think this is like a clear 2 or 3, right? Dead Take, I think Dead Take was a 2, right? So Ludo 1, Dead Take 2, Mouthwashing 3, I would like to put it. I think... So, I didn't like how a lot of it was ping-ponging. I didn't like it, I felt like there were certain aspects where when you were going back and forth, it was a bit too, like, back and forth, right? But I kind of get it, too, because if it went without the timeline and you went from start to end, it wouldn't be, like, this, thing that makes you think, right? It would just be straight up like you playing as Jimmy, screwing up everything, right? Because you start off as Jimmy sabotaging the ship. So you would see, obviously, Curly come in trying to fix that stuff. Imagine to fix the timeline order and editing. No, you keep it discombobulated in the long form. That's what I would do. I would leave it discombobulated. I wouldn't. I would do a video, like a short, on the puzzle, though. I actually would, because, I guess, well, I don't know, because I feel like you could figure that out on your own, right? Like, I don't think first-time players are going to go looking for guides. So I think I would do just, like, obviously a little bit of funny stuff, but also, like, to accentuate the game, right? It was a good game. Butters, what do you think? I do find it weird that they had to let us know that the character we're playing as had a kink for horses. I thought that was a little weird. That's why I said I want to ask the dev, why horses specifically? Can I be mod or hell nah? If you're looking for suggestions in terms of games, in terms of horror, I suggest Soma and Caput Mortem. So, I'm going to write those down because I was actually recommended Soma at some point. Soma, Caput Mortem, game recommendations. However, we do have other games too that we're going to go down the list. We have, after this, Choo Choo Charles, which is a game I always wanted to check out. Still Wakes the Deep, but I am going to check out Soma, see what that game's about. Because like I said before, it was recommended to me. And it's only $3 right now in the store. In terms of unique experience kinds of games, I suggest you try Outer Wilds with its DLC, not Outer Worlds. I can see why they would get mixed up, but I actually seen Outer Wilds as well on X. Outer Wilds. Let's see what this game's about. Okay, so it's psychological horror as well. So we're trying to stay like in the horror scheme, but I am looking at like the previews of it, and it does look like atmospheric. Has some moments of horror, so I could go in with that. It looks nice. Oh no, she banned him. She banned him. The other thing with Outer Wilds is the less you know about it, the better going in. Yeah, she banned him. We're gonna be getting a lot of trolls. That is the, I guess that was on vertical side, right? Yeah, Draconian. For those who don't know, we're actually streaming on horizontal and vertical on YouTube. So we're getting two forms of algorithm for the live stream, plus two different types of audience, which is actually pretty cool. Because for those who don't know, the reason why I made the move from Twitch to Kick before I segue too far away from the initial conversation was so I could focus on YouTube. That's really it. Twitch wasn't paying me out. It was like 3 times too many. So I went to Kick. I always got the $5 from Kick, right? And I'm like, you know what? Let me just work on YouTube. And we're doing the horror stuff. I'm thinking about putting Helldivers on the same channel too. I'm not too sure yet. Or at least just at minimum doing live streams. But, doing this horror stuff has been a lot of fun. The more you know, the closer you are to the completion of the game itself. So is it similar to this? Is it like story based? Like it's progression and like stuff like that, or not really? Also, chat, we reached a 3-hour and 9-minute mark. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning into the stream. It means a lot and it goes a long way. If anyone's interested in joining our Discord, let's see if the command works. If you want to join, it may not work on YouTube. Question mark. Should. Might not. Did it work? You could check the description. And there's a link to our Discord. If anyone ever wants to join and hang out with us, and we bring chill vibes, got to be 18 plus, no kids, no disrespect, no kids. Unless they're like super duper mature, but even then, like no kids, like got to be mature and an adult. Come join us, come hang out with us, talk about music there. We say good morning to each other. We talk about food, working out, exercise, horror games, other games. So if anyone's interested, come join the Discord. We're trying to rejuvenate some life into it. I like the game. Sorry, I was in an Apex game. One, how dare you? Because you recommended me this game. You didn't sit and watch? Huh? Not playing. But I am going to look into Soma, Outer Wilds, because the recommendation's always good. I also try, like, obviously with the fall sale, it's better to get the games at such a cheaper price. But I am trying to find gems too. And what I mean by gems is like, we played a game called Who's at the Door? Obviously Ludo, Dead Take. What was the other games? I'll actually look on the list right now. Dead Take, we've played Dead Cam demo, the Dead Cam game. There's a game called Dead Reset that I have the demo of. I might check it out. No, you're good, Butters. I appreciate you, man. I really do. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for suggesting this game. What was the other game you suggested? Because maybe Stefan might know it. He recommended Look Outside. I'll put the link in the chat. This was also another game that was recommended to me. Kind of looks more retro, arcadey, but might as well because I need more horror games to play. And for those who don't know, we're going to put the Mouthwashing link in chat too. So if you haven't yet, go on Steam, buy it if you want to play it for yourself. Honestly, that was a very, very good game. That was a very good game. So we're going to make a list, or we should compile it. Choo Choo Charles Still Wakes the Deep. I think that's the name of it. Oh yeah, we played games like Skull Hotel as well. Super normal. Yo, what's up, Kai? How you doing? Vesnith Tapes was fun. Vigil was all right. There's one game I won't play anymore. I'll never play it again. It was what, Need for Scream? Never again. That was actually one of the worst experiences I've played with a horror game. And maybe it's just me, but I didn't know what to constantly scream at these entities. So it felt like kind of forced, felt like a little weird. So we have Still Wakes the Deep, Choo Choo Charles. We complete Mouthwashing. Outer Wilds. I'm gonna list all the games I completed and have yet to complete, because that'll be a good time. My sister's fiance recommended me Resident Evil the series because I actually never really played it, but you know. Choo Choo Charles, 100%. That's actually a game I saw like a year or two ago. I remember it was made by like a singular developer, and it looked cool. It actually looked cool. How are you doing, Kai? Also, Kai, come get to know the others in the chat. The knowledge is the progression. It's extremely unique in this aspect. So, what's funny is I'm a very forgetful person. So sometimes I'll play a game and middle way through I forget what I was doing. So it makes for good times in chat, in the stream, and everything. I love this song. Well, but again, Stefan, thank you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I'm looking to see who we could raid out to over on Kick. If we have the viewership for it. Like I said, chat, to everyone on YouTube side, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because there's going to be many more to come, okay? Also, check out the long form content that we put out in the shorts, okay? And thank you again. Thank you to everyone for hanging out with us. Monday, well, maybe not Monday. It really depends how like the health stuff goes, but next week we're going to be playing Choo Choo Charles or Still Wakes the Deep. It's going to be one of those two. And we're going to check out the other games that was recommended to us by Stefan. And yeah. Because right now, $3 doesn't seem bad. It's 90% off. Yes. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I'm gonna try to get some extra rest. Yeah, and there's gonna be many more to come after this. So thank you again. Appreciate everyone. Like I said before, come join us in Discord if you haven't yet. It's in the description of the live. Click that link. Let me know if it lets you in. Come hang out with us if you want. Like I said, there'll be many more games to come. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. Take care. Enjoy your weekend. Stay awesome. Much love to you. Peace. Also, thank you for hanging out. Darkness Kai, Stefan, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Take care. I'm scared of that game, like top game of Choo Choo Charles. Hopefully we get to see how it goes. Because I have to play it. I wanted to play it when it first came out, so